This episode is brought to you by the letter P. What is the greatest reason high schoolers have to gather in a big group? Studying? Really? Eating at a restaurant? And paying gratuity? But partying? Wearing your best outfit to impress that special someone? Dancing like you're in Footloose and shouting out lyrics before spending all your money on burgers and then crashing on your buddy's couch? You would only get that from a good old-fashioned party! I was usually the party guest, not the party host. But in my sophomore year of high school, I had a bit of a role reversal. You see, the homecoming dance was coming up soon, and the list of volunteers to host was unusually short. I expressed some interest in hosting as a last resort, and only for the sake of two things: the guest list and popularity. Weeks turned into days before the night of the dance, and I remained undecided until the incident. Word got out that someone in the grade above me had plans to host their own homecoming after party. Now, to protect the lives of the not so innocent, we'll call him Kevin. I didn't like this guy Kevin for two reasons. He was always bugging all the girls that my group was interested in, and my group was always the go-to for parties. So reluctantly, I accepted the job. When making the guest list, we had to consider what someone added to the party and who they would invite. On homecoming night, my friends drove me to the school gym for the dance. I lapped around the dance floor to invite any last-minute guest, making sure to avoid Kevin and his posse as best as possible. After inviting everyone that I could, I left the dance with my friends, and most of the people in attendance followed. I bet the chaperones were pretty confused, but Kevin knew what was going on. You could see a whole row of cars parked down the street starting from my driveway. At first, everything was going great. I thought I had successfully thrown my first party. And then more cars pulled up. People I had never met before showed me a Twitter post and asked,
"Is this the right house?"
Although they were uninvited, they were already here, so I figured I might as well let them in. Just then, one of my buddies took a running start from the driveway, jumped, and landed on a table that was in my backyard. Then he got himself off of the broken table, propped himself against a wall, and then started throwing up on himself. It was like clockwork after that. One by one, the partygoers started throwing up either on themselves, each other, or on the furniture. The ones who weren't throwing up were leaving just as fast as they showed up. My parents woke up to the sound of throwing up and car horns, and they rushed out to the backyard to see the mess of teen hormones and body fluids that covered our house. They immediately started helping me clean up. I was on hose duty, and my dad was helping people into the house, and my mom was making people coffee. Another one of my friends shouted obscenities at my dad before emptying the contents of his stomach everywhere, and my mom had to deal with all the couples who were spooning on our kitchen floor while covered in their own puke. Hosing the puke off of people's shirts before they went inside my house was the last moment of joy I got before the night was through. My friends were fast asleep downstairs, and I was upstairs in my bedroom awaiting judgment. The next morning, I sat down at the dining table so I could speak to my parents alone. Long lecture short, I was grounded for the rest of the semester. Part of the punishment was hose duty. Fun fact, vomit can sometimes stain concrete. It didn't take long for most of the buzz surrounding my homecoming night to fade away, but my popularity definitely got a boost. You see, most of the upperclassmen had no clue what my name was, but after that night, they knew that I could throw one hell of a party. And that is the soup.